Let's try this again. So on a dry erase board, try to figure out how many trees are in figure 15. And how do you know? So figure 15. Figure 15. How many trees? Who's got an answer? Cameron, what do you say? 31. Che, you have a different answer? 33. Anybody got another answer? You're going to say 31 again? Okay. 2 answers for 31. Yasmin. Did you check it out? Do you have an answer? Nope. Aren't you Yasmin? Oh, do you have an answer? Come on, did you try it, girlfriend? All right, funny. Jesse, did you get an answer? Yeah, 31. Anybody else? Going once. Rodney, do you have an answer? 31. Are you calculating on that phone over there? Really? Okay. All right. Well, how did we get 31? I don't even know what the answer is because I haven't looked at it yet. How did we get 31? Yeah. So 15 times 2 plus 1. So how did you get that? What did you notice in this pattern? Goes up by 2. So figure 1, you're saying is a 1 by 2 plus 1 kind of thing? Okay. Figure 2 is a 2 by 2 plus 1. Figure 3 is a 3 by 2 plus 1. So figure 15 should be 15 by 2 plus 1, which is 31. That seems pretty good. Jay, what did you see which did?
Well, I did 15 times 2 plus 3.
Plus 3. Okay. 15 times 2 plus 3. So if I start with figure 1, this is where the figure number goes, right? So figure 1, would I put in 1 times 2 plus 3? And that would give me 5. But I only have 3 trees. Unless you would say, I'm trying to think. 1 times 2. Unless you would make this be 1 less, you could say 14 times 2 plus 3 or something. Okay.
They said like 0 times 2.
Ah, okay. Yeah. All right. What if I wanted the algebraic expression, say for like figure n? So figure n, how would I be able to figure out any number substituting that in for n? Andrew? Oh, it doesn't matter. You can answer. For figure n, what would it be? Because you got 31 also, right? So if it was 15 times 2 plus 1, and now it's figure n, for figure n it would be, Andrew, I'm still on you. What would the first value be? Okay. Somebody want to help him out? Karan! So if figure 15 is 15 times 2 plus 1, Figure 1 was 1 times 2 plus 1. Figure 2, 2 times 2 plus 1. Figure N would be, anyone? N times 2 plus 1. Or simplifying 2n plus 1. Does that make sense? I always feel like people are so afraid of the algebraic expressions. Does that make sense to you? Okay. All right. What do you think of these visual patterns? Do you like them? They make you think a little bit, right? I think that's good. Thinking is good. Thinking is good. All right. Please take out your workbooks. Let's go to page 70, not 33. Page 70. Do I have any people who love shoes? Is that somebody at the door? Anyone who loves shoes? Thank you. You can just put it in that bin. Uh-huh. No big shoe people here? You don't have like 89 pairs or anything? You think you do? Is that what you were raising your hand? Page 70. Yeah. What? 78? Oh, bummer. Page 78. Is it really 78? Wow. Sorry about that. All right. So follow along as I read. Or do I have anyone else who wants to read? Okay. You want to buy a new pair of shoes. While looking around at different shoes and styles online, you see a coupon for $10 off a pair of shoes at a local retailer in town. A local retailer. And there are not many of those left. When you arrive at the store, you see they have a sale. 15% off any pair of shoe in stock, but you're not allowed to apply any additional discounts. You do the math to decide whether the coupon or the 15% discount will save the most money, because you like to keep your money, right, Nehemiah? Huh. When you finish the calculation, you found out that the discount was actually the same in both cases. How much was the pair of shoes? How much was the pair of shoes? So I'm going to read it one more time, because sometimes I think you got to read it a second time. Make sure. You want a new pair of shoes. While looking around at shoes and shoes online, you see a coupon for $10 off a pair of shoes at a local retailer in town. You get to the store, you see they're also having a sale, 15% off any pair of shoes in stock, but you can't apply any additional discounts. You do the math to decide which, if the coupon is cheaper, if the 15% discount is cheaper. When you finish the calculation, you find out the discount for both is the same. How much was the pair of shoes? Like, what was the original price? Okay, I'm going to give you just a couple minutes to see what you can come up with. How would you approach this problem? And what do you think? Do you think there's only one way to figure it out? Not necessarily. There's probably one way that most people would figure it out, maybe. So we're trying to find the original cost of the shoes. Okay? Somebody talk to me. What do you have written down? What are you thinking? Don't be afraid to think. Don't be afraid to write. Yeah, Andrew. $67. What about $67? How did you get that? The what percent? 15? Okay. Okay. So I'm glad you could do that. I don't know. I mean, I was trying to think, okay, how would I do this? So when you were saying 15% off, were you doing like 10% and then half of that? Or, I mean, you in your head were thinking 15, or you did 15% off on the calculator? Okay. All right. So he did a lot of guess and check, which you can always do. Okay. I would say this is close, but that is not the actual price. So you're close, but you know what they say, close is only good in horseshoes and hand grenades. I'm trying not to be morbid, but that's what they say. If you throw a hand grenade somewhere, you're going to get a lot of damage. If you horseshoes, you don't have to make a ringer, but if you get kind of close, you get some points. So you're kind of close, but not exact. Anybody else? What are the ideas we have here? Come on, people. Do I know the price right now? So how might I represent that? Okay, so C, we're going to say, is the cost of our shoes. All right. That's a good start. And these are equations. So, Andrew, while I appreciate what you said, we're trying to get some equation stuff going on, okay? So, what now? Subtract the cost. How about subtract 10 from the cost? Subtract the cost by 10. I guess that's the same thing. So C minus 10, and this is with the $10 coupon, right? So if I have the cost of the shoes minus $10, that's going to be the amount for the $10 coupon. What else do we know in this problem? 15% off. Okay, how do I represent 15% off? Say it again. Okay, 0.15. So if I take a cost and I divide it by a very small number, you are going to get a larger number than the cost. So I don't want to divide. When it says 15% off something, what do I want to do with that 15%? I don't want to divide. Multiply. Yes. So over here we have the cost of the shoes, and we're going to say times. What is 15% as a decimal though? Right. So 0.15 or 0.15. Okay. Cost times 15%. What is this amount going to get me? What is that? We know C is the original cost of the shoes. If I take 15% of the shoes, yes, I can rewrite that to be mathematically correct, 0.15 times C. But what does that represent in the whole I'm trying to buy the shoes thing? What is this? If this, the $10 is my coupon, the C is the cost of the shoes. If I take the cost of the shoes times 0.15, what is that going to be? I'm not saying as a number, I'm not saying as an expression, but what is that in terms of this sale? It's not the total after the discount, it is the discount. This is the discount when we take 15% of something. That's the discount itself. So whatever that amount is, that's the discount. Well, now that I know that's the discount, what do I have to do to figure out how much the shoes are now after the discount? In other words, here's the original price of the shoes, and we took off a discount of $10, right? That was a straight $10 discount. They told us, take $10 off. Now we know this amount of the discount, not as a monetary amount yet, but we know it's 0.15 times C. So that is the discount there. How can I figure out how much the shoes are on sale? Don't let me fall. All right. Cost of shoes minus discount. So what do you think I have to do with the other amount or the other side? This is the cost, original cost, minus the discount. If this is the discount, I also need to take cost minus that discount, right? Yes? Okay. So, and these are the same, right? When I figured it out mathematically. So C minus 10 is equal to C minus, and I'm going to simplify this like we did here, 0.15 C. Well, we got a lot of C's there. Okay. I need to solve for C. I need to find out what is the original cost of the shoes. So I need to get all those C's together. What is C minus 0.15 C? What's my coefficient in front of the C here? 1. So 1C minus 0.15 C. Let's just focus on this side. What would that be? Or do you see another way to do it? Go ahead. Close. Not 7.5. Come on, put on your thinking caps. 9.5? No. What? Yes. So 1C minus 0.15, you don't have to look at the C's. It's basically 1 minus 0.15 is 0.85 C. That's what you have left on the right-hand side. And that's equal to C minus 10. You still got to get your C's together on the same side. So what would you do now? This is a C term on the right-hand side. You have to move this over to the other side. How are you going to move it? Move it. Subtract, right? So subtract C, subtract C. Remember, this is a 1. It's 1C, basically. These C's cancel out. Come on. So you're at negative 10 is equal to, what's 0.85 minus 1? C. Isn't it 0.15 C? Negative, right. So if I'm solving for C, what would you do? Divide by negative 0.15, because whatever you do to one side in the equation, Jaden, you have to do to the other. So divide by negative, I saw you get up there, 0.15, these cancel out. C is equal to, take negative 10 divided by negative 0.15. Yeah, you probably should be grabbing calculators, and hopefully I'll get these calculators out by the rest of the day. Negative 10 divided by negative 0.15. Che, you got a calculator? Che. Somebody with a calculator. Somebody. Say it again. 66.66, and is it 6 repeating? Lovely. So what is C? It's a price, right? So if I'm going to the nearest price, I have to go to the nearest cent, correct? So this would be $66.67. That is the original cost of the shoe. Don't be telling your parents now, oh, Miss Dee Dee, she's, original cost of the shoe. Now, did you really have to do all of that? Well, sort of. I mean, we knew it was the cost of the shoe minus $10, right? We knew that. We knew the discount was 15% of something. And when you take a percent of something, you have to multiply it. Then that becomes the discount, and then you still need to subtract that from the cost of the shoe. Yes? Were you saying something?
No.
Oh, it's just an arm thing, huh? Here's another thing. Another way to do it. I don't think anybody thought about this. What does it say when you finish the calculation? You find out, and this is kind of cool, the discount was the same. So the discounts themselves should be the same. So if the discounts are the same, I could have said the $10 off, and I'm going to write this up here, discounts are the same. So $10 should be the same as, what's the discount doing it the other way? 0.15 times C, right? Which is basically takes you down to this part of the problem. So if you read that carefully, then you just divide by 0.15, divide by 0.15, and C equals, and you'll get the same thing, $66.67. Isn't that kind of cool? Yeah. That's how you did it? Why didn't you say anything? Yeah, guys, like I said, there are different ways to do this. The discounts are the same. Now, was that before or after we got this? Before even? Pierre, you should tell us. Share the wealth, okay? All right. Let's see. Any questions about that? Do you like the first way or the second way? Second, it's much shorter, right? If you can figure that out and pay attention to the end. All right, what else do we have? Oh, good. Here's an add-on. I don't think that's on yours. Jeez. Using the cost of the shoes after the discount, calculate how much you are going to spend total if Indiana has a sales tax of 7%. You guys might want to get a calculator or use your phone. So we have $66, $2,000.67. This is the original cost. Original cost of the shoes. Okay, we're still on that page, what was it, 78? So this is an add-on. Using the cost of the shoes after the discount. Aiden, are you with me? Okay. Calculate how much you are going to spend total if Indiana has a sales tax of 15%. Okay. So using the cost of the shoes after the discount, calculate how much you're going to spend total when Indiana has a sales tax of 7%. How much are the shoes after the discount? Yes, remember the discount, the easy one to figure out was the $10 discount, which is $56.67. So this is the sale price. Okay. How do I calculate 7% sales tax? And do what with it? By the what? Yes, good. I'm sorry, it's just you guys are so quiet. So take the sale price, $56.67, multiply that by the tax, which is 7%. You have to change that to a decimal, 0.07. And what amount do we get? Who's got that? Is that right? If I take 7.07 times $56.06, oh, you're giving me the total after. I want just the tax. 3.9669. So if this is dollars and cents, I should take this to be a 7, which is $3.97. And what is this amount we're talking about? Tax. Yes, this is the tax. So if this is the tax, sales tax, do we take that away or do we add it to our costs? Add it. So add $3.97 to our sales price, and we get probably what you had before, $60.64. Okay. So calculate how much you're going to spend total. So this is now the cost of your shoes, which is the cost of the shoes plus tax. But wait, there's more. After tax, you plan to give the associate who is helping you a 15% tip. How much will you be tipping the associate? And so how much are you spending total? After tax. So does that mean we're including the tax with our tip? Yes. So we're starting with this amount. So $60.64. After tax, you plan to give her a 15% tip. 15%. How do I calculate and how do I find the amount of my tip? Times 0.15. And when you put that together, what do we get? Come on, this is not the Riley show, although I really appreciate your help, Riley. $9.10. Wow, that's a lot for a tip. Is everybody getting that? I don't have that with me, but okay. So this is the tip. Was it 0.10 or was it $9.10 exactly?
It was $9.09.
Perfect. So that goes to $9.10. Add that to your shoes. This is the tip. This was the shoes plus tax. And so we are talking about $69.74. Now, what's wrong with this picture? I don't know about you, but I usually don't tip my salesperson for shoes. But I understand they're trying to give us something else to do, okay? All right, any questions on this? My biggest thing to you, what I'm picking up very quickly is, remember when you are talking about a percentage of something, you have to take the percent, change it to a decimal, and multiply it. If it's a discount, you have to subtract that from the original amount. If it's tax, you have to add that on. Okay? All right. We're not doing the pre-file quiz today, so I didn't get the chess quite done. I will get those to you tomorrow. If you want, I do have after-school tutoring. If I should have the test graded, should. If you want to come in and take a look, you can. I don't think I'll put them in the grade book until tomorrow after you see them, just in case we have some parents who are really into your grades. I like you to be able to see it first if possible. Okay? All right, but there are retakes. You are supposed to have done all the homeworks first. If you didn't do the homeworks, you can still do the homeworks, but they won't count as any points, but they are a help to your ticket to do the retake. Okay? And the next test will be September 19th. That's all I've got.